It's Sunday morning, and every decent man and woman is listening to Test Miles with Nick Miles on FM News 101 KXL. Buckle in.
The Test Miles team fat with turkey in the studio for this Sunday between Christmas and Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, everybody. Everyone have a good Christmas.
Interesting Christmas.
Oh, that's right. You were sick. The whole family was sick.
911 calls to the house.
Oh, no.
I do have to
Wouldn't be
shout
Christmas.
out to the firemen. My sister, the firemen, show up to the house and she said, "Oh, it is Merry Christmas."
Wow.
Oh, your sister has a sense of humor. How was your holiday, Sean?
Not eventful, so I'm just happy.
You had just lots of turkey.
Ham, actually, this
I
year.
deep fried my turkey in true American style. I had a big peanut oil fryer going and dipped the turkey in. 45 minutes later, there's nothing like deep fried turkey.
What else did
It's
you
the
deep
best.
fry?
No, I didn't do anything else. I mean, that was just enough.
Are you
Deep
sure?
fried. Yeah, no, absolutely sure. So what have we got on today's show? We're going to talk about some of the cars we've been driving over the holiday season. We're going to find out about Mini of Portland. You know, Mini seems to be one of the iconic cars for the Portlander. We're going to find out all about them. Jeff Zerschmidt's going to be here. He has some interesting news. He's taking over one of the Test Miles real estate pieces of real estate. He's going to be running that. We're going to find out all about that. And then Peter Clover's going to be here from Mobile West to tell us the final deals of the year before they disappear off his shelf. So we have an absolutely packed show. This morning, what have I been driving? I've been in an interesting piece of equipment, the Buick Enclave. This is the largest Buick they make, a 5-door, 7-passenger SUV. We took all the family to watch Star Wars in it, and it was actually quite comfortable. The only thing I would say, it's a little bit high for Granddad. We had to hoist him up into the seat, but he likes the captain's chairs. Smooth, quiet ride, luxurious cabin, very big cargo capacity, nice space. The third row wasn't too bad. We have the two nephews, William in the back, who's on the British Olympic team, and Nicholas, his brother, who's a trampoline instructor, and then my sister in the middle.
But your nephew is a gymnast, so couldn't you actually fold him in the backseat of a Porsche?
We know.
I mean,
Well,
he's that flexible.
But he's tiny. I mean, he's very muscular, but he's small. But his brother's a big bruiser. He's the size of me. Like he's a wrestler.
What did he just say?
A big bruiser.
Just your size.
Yeah, I'm talking about width, not height.
Oh, okay.
So, and then my brother-in-law sat up front, and the grandparents in the middle seat. So there was plenty of room. You can get up to 8 if you get the bench seat in the back. It is a little clumsy. I think the tech in it's a little old. The audio and climate controls are a little antiquated. But it does have a very responsive V6 engine, 288 horsepower, 6-speed automatic, front and all-wheel drive. It does say 24 miles a gallon on my piece of paper here. Not sure I was getting
That's
that,
what it says.
That's what it says. I've been through since
Cruise
Thursday.
control downhill for about 20 miles.
I've been through a tank of gas since Thursday. What does it compete with? Acura's MDX, Lincoln MKT, and the Infiniti QX60. It does need a little bit of a boost in the tech level. It does start at just under $40,000. Not sure you'd want to be in anything less than mid-40s to low 50s for this car. Also been driving the Mazda CX-5. How many of these have you sold this year, Bran?
Two.
I think I'm up to 3 with 2 more pending. So 3 more pending, actually. Yeah. So this is probably, it used to be, Kias is what we used to get for our
Do we
friends.
get to open a Lithia dealership here pretty quick?
I still get Kias
What,
for
to
my
get
friends.
we own a Lithia dealership?
I think,
that would be nice.
if you get to 6 in a month, you get to.
CX-5 is a 5-door crossover. It's really engaging driving. It's got the zoom driving feeling. Fuel efficient. Mazda, by the way, the most fuel efficient car company in North America. And it does have a very high crash test score, a very desirable vehicle. 4-cylinder 2-liter or 2.5 liter 4-cylinder as well, up to 184 horsepower, 6-speed automatic or 6-speed manual, forward or all-wheel drive, and it says 35 miles a gallon here. I'd go with that. What does it compete against? Pretty much everything in that small size SUV. It does come in 3 trim levels. Starts at $22,675. Sean.
I've been driving the Mazda MX-5 Miata Club Edition, and this is the best-selling roadster of all time. The Club Edition comes with better brakes, better suspension, some better rims. They come with BBS rims instead of the standard Mazda rims. Some of the best or good features about the car is how fast you can actually put the top down. It's just a little flick of the button and throw it right back, and it takes literally 2 seconds to put the top down. The drive is unbelievable if you're on some curvy roads. This being a rear-wheel drive car actually feels like an awesome little roadster to drive. One of the bad about the car is getting out of the vehicle. Kind of got to bend some parts and position yourself to get out of it, and especially you have to get the door out if you're trying to get out of a tighter spot.
So what I recommend is move your elbow up
Onto the
around
fender.
to the B pillar, and then pull yourself up and out.
I'm the
and
same
drive
way.
through Starbucks is the way to go.
Oh yeah,
You don't want to.
Brad will tell you he's an expert on getting in and out of difficult cars.
Well, speaking of the Starbucks, I had to go through a drive-through and I couldn't reach it, so I had to pop the top just to get my food.
Oh, that's sad.
and
You know
I
what
did-
Brad does is put butter around the door.
That's
But-
right.
I did, being in Portland weather in this time of the year, I did take the top down on the couple days of sunny or non-rain we had, and the heater keeps you pretty warm in there. 155 horsepower. It has the 2-liter 4-cylinder Skyactiv engine, 6-speed manual, which we actually are doing a segment on. It's one of 26 cars still available with a manual.
Yeah, and the manual numbers are shrinking. A lot of car companies discontinuing them.
I think
love
only
them.
4% of the cars available.
Sold, probably, yeah.
I love the manual in this car. I've been actually getting 30 miles to the gallon in it, and it only cost me $15 to fill up. So
The only cars I would tell you I will not have in a manual is the Hellcats.
Why? I'd love one in a manual.
No, the manual's horrible in the Hellcats. Well known for being an awful manual. The automatic's much faster. Plus, you can do more burnouts in automatic. Sorry, go on.
competition for the the Miata is the Mini Roadster Fiat 124 Spider, which is just a reincarnation of itself. BMW Z4, Audi TT comes in 3 editions: the Sport, Club, and Grand Touring. Starting price for the Miata is $24,915, and the one I was test driving was $33,000 and change.
Excellent. Brad, what have you been into?
I feel like it should be Monty Python now for something completely different.
Yes.
It's the Hyundai Veloster.
Yeah.
The Velociraptor.
Yes. This is the
it's
3-door.
3-door hatchback. So it competes with, think about the VW GTI or the Fiesta ST. So it's supposed to be that
Yeah, okay.
compact.
It's
little-
built. Yeah, it's built on the same platform as the Kia Soul. Right?
Yeah. And huge improvements over the last few years. In 2012, it came out with a lackluster performance in the engine. And now the turbo will generate over 200 horsepower, but it's still lacking substantially in its 0 to 60 times. It's still in the high 7 seconds, which is a full second more than its competition.
Yeah.
And it's, they've made some improvements on the inside and the outside.
I think it's a sexy car, Brad, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's a sexy performing car.
No. And it feels okay when you're driving, but if you really want to get on it, I recently had gotten out of the Miata, and it's just, it's a different animal, but it's still, compared to its competition, is really tough.
I think it goes along with the rest of the Hyundai vehicles. I really want to love them, but there's something that kind of holds
Just
me back.
lacking. It
Yeah.
feels almost to me like Mitsubishi, where they're about 2 years behind where they should be now.
Right.
And they're always chasing their tail a little bit
Right.
on some
But
things.
Mitsubishi at least dropped the price to compensate for that.
True. But, you can get into the base Veloster, which is only 132 horsepower. For $19,000, you get the turbo is 23.8, and it's front-wheel drive.
Right.
So there's not an all-wheel drive option in this.
I don't think that. It doesn't really feel like it needs to be an all-wheel drive.
I'd at least want to differentiate myself maybe a little bit.
Right.
Have something. But
Well,
it was...
they are coming out with a Kia Soul that says all-wheel drive.
Yeah,
They're using
that's right.
that hybrid engine in the back to power the back wheels, so they may do that in this too.
And in driving around, you see other vehicles cruising around, and what I found were substantially middle-aged women driving this car.
Really?
It was not...
Midlife crisis car, you mean?
No, just kind of PT Cruiser replacement cars or something like that.
That was a really, really low blow.
Well, the people who bought that car. It's actually much easier to get in than some of the others. And when you're inside, the cabin space feels pretty good.
Right.
but it's not as appointed on the inside as you would think for a redo on the vehicle. It was for 2016. It's a somewhat of a cosmetic redo from 2015, but still, it's just like red tinting on the seatbelts and things like that.
Almost there, but not quite. I do like the car, but it's almost there, but not
almost,
quite.
but not quite.
All right, that's what we've been driving this week. Coming up, we're going to find out all about Mini of Portland. Is this the car that Portlanders should be driving? There's several good arguments for that, and we'll be finding out what Jeff Zerschmid's been up to from the Oregonian. He's actually taking over some real estate on Test Miles. Plus, Peter Clover's here from Mobile West. That's all coming up next on Test Miles. I'm Nick Miles.